welcome to my channel. In today's video we are going to be doing a DIY Valentine's Day treats. If you guys like these treats, I hope you guys tweet me pictures of you guys making these. My Twitter will be somewhere right here and also in the description below. If you guys like this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up and make sure you guys subscribe for more, and let's get started. Okay, so first thing I'm going to show you guys how to do is boil some chocolate. How to double boil chocolate, because that's how I do my chocolate. That's how I melt my chocolate. So first thing you're going to do is bring some water in a pan up to a boil. And when that starts, I'll show you what to do next. So now that my water is boiling, I'm going to just take a glass bowl with a little bit of coconut oil in it. And what I'm going to do first, before I put any chocolate in here, is I'm going to let the coconut oil melt to give it that shine. So it's just like a spoon and a half full of coconut oil that I'm just going to melt on top. And when that's all melted, then I will put the chocolate in. So when that's melted, we'll be right back. Okay, so now that I have the majority of it dissolved, I turned my eye down to low because I had it on high. Now it's on low. So now that it's all dissolved, I'm going to pop some already melted chocolate that I had, but this doesn't have any like coconut oil or anything in it. So I'm just gonna pop this in there and then I'll show y'all. Okay, so now I have the chocolate, broke up chocolate in here, and I'm just gonna let that melt. And I'll probably put more in here, knowing me, because I like chocolate. So I'm gonna let this melt and all that stuff, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's all melted. So let's get to this is how my chocolate looks, and I think I'm going to add a little bit more chocolate chips to this so that I have a little bit more chocolate, because this isn't enough for everything that I'm going to be dipping in this video. So I'm going to add a few more chocolate chips, and then we're going to get started on the DIYs. So I added a few more chocolate chips. As y'all can see, I'm just stirring it around so that it melts perfectly and evenly. And we're going to jump to our first. In this next clip, you're going to see the first thing that we're going to start to do with these chocolate chips. So let's get started. So the first thing we're going to dip in the chocolate is these cream wafers, strawberries. We're going to dip those in chocolate and then put them on a parchment piece paper. I have my parchment paper already lined on this pan, and I'm just going to take my wafer and just dip it into the chocolate so that it coats the entire thing. Well, not submerged, but just a light coating of chocolate. Let the excess run off. Hopefully y'all saw that. If not, I'll show you again. Shake off the excess, and then we're just gonna place it on our parchment paper to dry and harden. And if you want them to harden faster, you can put them in the refrigerator for about 15 to 20 minutes. And they will harden much faster. So if you don't want them to sit out and harden, just pop them in the refrigerator and they'll work just fine. So I'm going to dip one more to show y'all. Just dip it in the chocolate. Oh no. It's all good in the hood. It's all good in the hood. Just keep dipping. And that's how you do it. And then you just place it on the parchment paper, and there you go. So those I'm gonna let dry, and then I'm gonna skip over I'm gonna do more, but first I want to show you guys how I do my dipped Oreos on a stick. So I have these Oreos, and I'm gonna open them, and we'll get started. Show you how you do the dipped Oreo cookies. And with the cookies, all you're gonna do is break them apart. You can take a popsicle stick or any kind of wooden stick and just dip it into the chocolate. Like so. And get most of that excess off. And then you're going to take it and you're going to place it right in the center of your cookie. And then you're going to just pop the top on and let those cool. Push it down so the stick is into the cream. Oh, Jesus, get off there. So I'm going to do it again. Just dip it into the chocolate. Get most of the chocolate off. You just want a little bit so that it sticks to the, so it doesn't basically fall off. So you push it. You can push it down in there, or you can take your cookie top and push it in there so that it's nice and secure. And then what I usually will do is freeze these so that I know that they're really stuck in there, so that the chocolate hardens faster, like I said before. And I'm just gonna do this one more time, dipping the stick, placing it right there in the middle where I want it, and pushing down. So now the stick is nicely in the center. Okay, and these are just regular Oreos from, like, I believe I got these from the 99-cent store, but you can get Oreos or any kind of cookies that you like from anywhere. I just chose the 99-cent store because it was closer and I didn't feel like going into a big grocery store. Okay, so I just took these out of the freezer to let them harden. They're actually really hard now. And now I'm going to take them and dip them into the chocolate, covering them in chocolate. Who doesn't like chocolate? I love chocolate. Make sure you get all the little areas full of chocolate and the missing area parts. There we go. So we cover it all up in chocolate. Drain off the excess, of course, like normal. And then now we're just gonna plop. Well, I can't say plop. We're gonna lay this right on the parchment paper and let them cool. So just continue to do that. I use my spatula to get in those areas that I can't reach, because I only have one hand. And I'm going to take the last one and just dunk it in here. Shake it around, shake it around. And let the excess drip off. And just spin it around in a circle. Spin it around in a circle. Like so. And then place it on the parchment paper to cool and harden. You can also throw these back in the freezer if you would like to get them to harden faster. I have some more in there because I just did a bunch more. So yeah, I'm gonna let these harden, and then that's it for this one. For this DIY, you're going to need some maraschino cherries, whipped topping, vanilla or vanilla bean ice cream, and strawberry soda. and of course a cup. And I have a Panera Bread one. So let's get started. So I'm going to take 2 scoops of ice cream and place them in my Panera cup. Ice cream in here. I'm going to pour in some sodas very slowly. Just to cover that ice cream. And then I'm going to add 1 more scoop of ice cream. And add the toppings. So I'm going to add 1 more scoop of ice cream to this. Oh my god. So I already have 1 in there. I have 3 so far, so I put 4 scoops of ice cream. Now I have 4 scoops of ice cream. I'm going to add a little bit more soda to this. Just a little bit. Okay, so it's gonna look like this. And now we're gonna add our whipped cream and our maraschino cherry. So let me shake this out. Woo! So there's our whipped cream, and let's add our cherry. And then you just top it with a cherry, like so. And there's your Cupid's float. So good, so delicious, and easy. Hope you guys enjoy. So for this DIY, you're gonna need some brown sugar, some saltine crackers, butter, and some chocolate. So let's get started. In a small pan, you're gonna line it with either parchment paper or aluminum foil. I'm using parchment paper, but you can use aluminum foil if you want. I rubbed a little bit of coconut oil on here so the caramel doesn't stick. So right now we're going to jump in and start making the caramel. Over medium-low heat, you're going to take 2 sticks of butter and a cup of packed brown sugar, and you're going to saute it until, you're going to mix it until the butter is melted. And once it starts boiling, you're going to lower the heat down to a low. And then pour it quickly over your crackers. So these are how the crackers look before you put the caramel sauce on. Right now I'm going to get ready to make the caramel sauce. So here I have the brown sugar and the butter. I'm just mixing it together and letting the butter melt. And when it starts to boil, I will be right back. So you're going to keep stirring and stirring until it's all combined. And while you're doing this, you want to make sure that your oven is preheated to 350. So keep stirring and I'll be right back. So this is literally a couple minutes later and it's already boiling. So I'm going to turn it down to low heat and bring it back to a boil and then let it simmer for 5 to 7 minutes. Okay, I'm sorry. You're going to let this simmer and continue to stir for 3 to 5 minutes. You got to put it in the oven for 5 to 7 minutes. So I'm going to continue to stir this. And I'll show y'all what it looks like when it's done. So this is what my toffee looks like 5 minutes later. I did stop stirring it about 2 minutes, the last 2 minutes to let it really thicken up. So now I'm going to pour this on top of the crackers and I'll show you what it looks like before I plop it in the oven. So this is what it looks like straight out of the pan. I'm just putting the toffee all over the chips so that it's evenly coated. Oh shit, dropped my phone. And then I'm going to plop this in the oven for about 5 to 7 minutes. And then I'll take it out and show you what it looks like. So now I'm going to let this cook for 5 to 7 minutes and take it out and put chocolate on it. Let it cool. So and this is what it looks like 2 minutes with 2 minutes left, and I'm gonna let it cook some more. It smells so good, you guys. Oh my god, I'm so jelly. I want to eat it. So now that it's out of the oven, I'm going to take my Ghirardelli chocolate and just sprinkle it on top while it is still hot, okay? Just came out of the oven like literally 2 seconds ago. Sprinkle this on top. You can use white or regular chocolate like I'm using here. This is just chocolate chips. Okay, and I'm gonna let it sit for a while, and then we're going to spread it. So now that the chocolate is melted some, you're just going to rub the chocolate right over. And I think I need to add a little bit more chocolate because so now that I got the chocolate all spread out, this is what it looks like. And I'm just going to take some red sprinkles and sprinkle them right on top to give it some kind of pop of color. And then we're going to freeze this for 30 minutes to harden completely. And if you want to put M&Ms on top, you can put whatever it is you want on top. But I only have sprinkles, so I'm going to use these sugar sprinkles. So I'm going to go ahead and just place this in the freezer now, and I'll show you what it looks like in 30 minutes. So this is after it comes out of the freezer 30 minutes later. And I'm just going to break it apart and put it in a Ziploc bag. And it's ready to go. It tastes so good, you guys. You have no idea. Okay, let me break it apart. So, what you do is you just break it into pieces. Oh my god, it's so good. But just don't let it hit the floor because it's too good to lose. This toffee is so... oh, it's amazing. It tastes good. So you don't want to lose this. So you're going to break it up and just pop it in a Ziploc bag. And it's ready to go. Thank you guys so much for watching this DIY video. And once again, if you guys like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Leave me some comments down below on other videos you guys would like to see. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!